at 10 a.m. or 10 a.m. in 30 seconds. Thank you. I'll give you 1 second. 30-second warning before we begin the commencement exercises for this year's 8th grade in the Roar Middle School. We're just waiting for some technical details and then our official welcome. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Test. Whoa. That was loud. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I'm not kidding. I have something else to say. I'm ready. Im tivakshena kakesef ukematmonim tichapsena az tavin yiras Hashem vidas Elokim timatzeh. Shlomo Melech in the beginning of Sefer Mishlei tells us that if you seek it out like silver and search for it like treasure, you'll understand the fear of Hashem and find His wisdom. There is a question that is asked, why is it that Shlomo HaMelech chooses silver as one of the materials that we compare Torah to? And a very novel answer I once heard is that silver is the type of material that if you do not constantly work on it to polish it and make sure that it does not tarnish, then it will lose its luster and even possibly its value. Over the past 3 years, your sons, your grandsons, nephews, cousins, brothers had an exceptionally challenging experience in middle school. We here at Roar Middle School worked together with them to battle through a pandemic. And what I can tell you is through the ups and through the downs, through working together on a day-to-day basis, year in and year out, no matter whether you're in school or at home, your sons are true treasures. And it is my great pleasure and honor to welcome to this beautiful gathering the graduating class of Roar Middle School Tufshin Pei Bays 2022, our treasures.
אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני אלין, כי אל אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני אלין. עמך עמי, עמך עמי, עמך עמי, ואלוקייך אלוקי. עמך עמי ואלוקייך ואלוקייך אלוקייך, כי אל אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני אל אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני אלין. עמך עמי, עמך עמי, עמך עמי, עמך עמי ואלוקייך ואלוקייך עמך עמי ואלוקייך ואלוקייך אלוקייך.
Thank you. Welcome to the graduating class of the Roar Middle School Tufshin Pei Bays. First, want to say Chazdei Hashem, the kindness of Hashem. We've had a busy couple of weeks in the Roar Middle School, in and out of school, boys writing speeches, trying to stay focused. and trying to stay serious and focused, and it's not always so easy. But believe it or not, this group did a tremendous job the last couple of weeks inside the classrooms, which is just a testament to their ability to understand the importance of this milestone. I want to say thank you to a group of people. First of all, Hashem decided that this week would be a good time for Mrs. Goldglantz and Rabbi Wiener to be sick, and it created even more challenges trying to figure out how to get them to take off some time, which is not easy for them, and to get everything done. So first I want to wish them a refuah shlema and thank them for their endless work. What Mrs. Goldglantz and Rabbi Wiener have done for this graduation is just not to be believed. I realize that every graduation takes work, but wait till you see what's coming up and appreciate all the work that went into it. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Goldglantz's partner in crime, Mrs. Rizel, who's helping her in the office. So thank you very much, Mrs. Rizel. Where would we be without Mrs. Berry and all that she brings to the table here? We have an incredible team of Rebbeim here at the Shiva, incredible. And I want you to know, I feel that we're in the company of the greatest team assembled, and we're constantly working to try and get better, and we will continue to do that as well. Also, we have, Mrs. Berry has assembled an amazing team of teachers that work closely together and care about every single student. And I want to say thank you to every single faculty member that is here this morning. Maybe not the right time, but when Mr. Carlos Chata joined the operations here to help us prepare for these major events, he's elevated every single event, and today included. So I want to thank Mr. Carlos Chata and his staff for what they did for us. I also want to thank someone that people do not realize, Rabbi Mati Rosenberg, who's sitting to my right. Rabbi Mati Rosenberg is an amazing artist, and you'll see in these slides, impressions, videos, you'll see the work of his determination to bring out the best in every student. That we have this mission statement to ignite the greatness within every student, and Rabbi Rosenberg lives that mission statement in trying to bring out the best. Even in a picture, he wants that picture to reflect the best of every child. Finally, I want to say that we believe strongly in building strong relationships. And sometimes those relationships are put to the test. Not all the time. When things are going well, you don't need it as much. But Baruch Hashem, we had opportunities to put our great relationships to the test. And I'm very proud to say that we came out, I believe, with flying colors. I want to thank the amazing parent body that is here for allowing us to share our views openly and come out strong. So I want to thank the incredible parent body that this class has, and there are no words that can describe how appreciative I am of that fact. One of the, I want to just recognize that we have two of our Rosh Yeshiva here this morning, Rabbi Luban and Rabbi Nyman, and Rabbi Mordechai Palgan is, I'm sure, preparing for his own graduation tonight. But I just want to say that people do not realize that this yeshiva has a hanhala of Rosh Yeshiva that care about every single Talmud. And you know something? The things that we do here come from the Das Torah position. And it's not like we always automatically agree. We have to slug it out sometimes. And we're very fortunate. Every single Talmud here, you don't realize you have Rosh Yeshiva that care about you and love you very much. And right now, I'd like to ask Rabbi Nyman, one of our Rosh Yeshiva, to address the graduating class today. Thank you.
Morning. First and foremost, graduates, good morning, welcome. Parents, grandparents, siblings, family, friends, and of course, of utmost importance, staff and Rabbeim. Mazel tov. Before I begin, I wanted to express my personal appreciation, recognition. Rabbi Palgon just said that the Rosh Yeshiva care and love each child. I would like to say, I think it's so much more true by Rabbi Ephraim Palgon, his Mesiras Nefesh for every single child. I would dare to say, not that I'm the biggest expert, but I would dare to say that with a middle school of such size in different parts of the country, the principal would be able to work X amount of hours a day, X amount of hours a week. But Rabbi Ephraim Palgon, because of his dedication to his Talmidim and his love for every single one, he can't do it in the regular amount of hours it takes. It's 24/7, literally, okay? And if he could be on the computer and the phone on Shabbos, he would do that also. But Baruch Hashem, he has a little reprieve. So Baruch Yeshker Rabbi Palgon, he should be zocheh to keep on being with us and challenging us and leading us in the middle school for many, many years to come. I would like to begin by mentioning that I want to give a special Yasher Koach to the graduates and to their parents. Obviously, you expect me to say you worked hard, did a good job. That's true. That's all true. But I mean more than that. There's a very famous Even Ezra in this week's Parsha, in yesterday's Parsha, talks about the Nazir who took upon himself to abstain from grapes, liquor, wine, all the connections to grapes for 30 days, a normal case. And the pasuk says, when it talks about the Nazir, Ish o Isha ki afli yindor neder Nazir. When he's mafli, what does that mean? The different interpretations. The Even Ezra's second interpretation is that, and I quote, Yaseh davar pele. He does something which is unbelievable. Pele means pile param, niflos, a pele. An unbelievable thing. Becoming a Nazir is a pella. Why is that? Says the Even Ezra, Kirov ha'olam hochem achar tavosam. Because most of the world follows their taivos, their desires, their wants, their urgings, not their seichel, not their intellect, but runs after their desires. Think about it, both. What does that mean? That means that, and it's so easy to see that nowadays, with the world around us sinking ever lower in terms of morality, in terms of values, in terms of depravity, in terms of integrity, in terms of honesty, all the above. And that's the natural flow. It's like autopilot. Autopilot means you just keep on going the way the world goes, and that's it. You get more involved and more attached to the philosophies, the latest progressive philosophies that are out there in the world. And we see the results are both. I don't have to go into details. We all see that. And that's what he says. That's why the Nazir, even in those days, even Matan Torah time, Chazal, the Even Ezra says that the Torah is kiafli. Why? Because it's a pella. A person takes it upon himself to go against his natural desires, his taivos. He wants to have a better time in life. He wants to enjoy life more, right? He wants to indulge a little bit. We're not talking about Isurim. These are permitted things. But he took it upon himself to abstain for 30 days from grapes and all the things that come from grapes, the liquor. That is a pella. That's a wonder. Because that's not the way people normally conduct themselves. We, as a B'nai Torah, recognize, and you, Talmidim, graduates, and your parents recognize that being a Ben Torah has a certain mission, a purpose in life. And over the years, your Rebbeim have taught you, have tried to teach you, have successfully taught you. Our purpose in life is not to be indulgent and not to be involved in all the tanugei olam hazeh, the physical and beautiful, wonderful things that seemingly the world has to offer, but rather to be selfless instead of selfish. Selfless, not selfish. We care about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're servants of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We try to makadesh Shem Shamayim, every place and everything we do. Brings to mind, I just saw recently a story. There was this Ben Torah, I think it was a Kol individual, a Ben Torah who was parking his car. He by accident hit the corner of the fender, the bumper, the car adjacent to his car. So he gets out of his car quickly, takes a piece of paper, writes his name and address, telephone number, puts it in the windshield, and under in the windshield of the car, and he says, "Please call me. I'll be happy to pay you the damages." And he runs off. Next day, 24 hours later, he gets a knock on the door, this Ben Torah, and he opens the door, and there's this tall, obviously not religious individual there, and he right away sees him, takes a picture of the Kol individual, of this Ben Torah. And the Kol guy says, "Good morning, but why are you taking a picture of me? What are you doing? What's this picture all about? How are you? I don't know you, but what are you here for? Why are you taking a picture?" He says, "I'll tell you why. Because I came out of my store, my office yesterday, and I see this note on my car, the windshield, and I said to myself, this must be some kind of practical prank or some kind of joke or someone's sense of humor or some, who knows, commercial. It doesn't make sense. No one in the world does this. It doesn't make any sense. It can't be." So I said, "Let me go check it out." So I'm here today, and I'm here as per your instructions. So the Ben Torah says, "Of course, I'm here to pay you what damage I caused. Halacha Shulchan Aruch says, this is what I have to do, and I'm doing it." He says, "With my confirmation, after this is confirmed, I see that your letter was legitimate." I said, "I can't believe it. There's no one in the world like you." That's what he thought. He didn't realize other B'nai Torah. But that's not the end of the story on both sides. A couple months later, this Ben Torah gets a knock on the door once again. He opens the door and he sees that same individual from 3 months before, and he sees his wife who's dressed in complete tznius and head covering and everything. And the man says, "Rabbi," he says, "let me tell you what happened. After that day, I went home, I spoke to my wife, and we had a lot of back and forth discussion, serious thought went into it, and we decided we want to be like you. We want to emulate you. We see there's something special, which I never thought existed in the world." What a Kiddush Hashem Rabbosai. What a tremendous enhancement of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's glory. What a tremendous appreciation of what it means to be an Eved Hashem and to follow the Torah mitzvahs Rabbosai. And that is what you people, parents who have chosen to send their son, and you graduates who've decided to stick around through 8th grade in a yeshiva which teaches Torah, tries to Mekadesh Shem Shemayim, teach the value system that Torah espouses, the values and the integrity, the tznius, the morality, the values, all the above. Now, we know it's not always so easy. And many of you guys, I'm sure, sometimes have said, "I want out of here. This is too much. The hours are too long, and the Rebbeim are too demanding, and the tests are too hard, and who needs it all? I'll go some other place, a little, let's call it Yeshiva Light, I don't know, some other places, and it's not so hard, it's not so demanding. What's the big deal?" Both said you've stuck it out. Parents as well. I'm sure it's not easy, parents. I know I'm a parent, Baruch Hashem, and a grandparent, and it's not easy to sometimes deal with your challenging children, whether it's first graders, 8th graders, 12th graders or beyond. It's challenging. But kudos to all of you who have stuck it out and remained here and chose. You have Bechira Chavshis. You chose to choose the yeshiva, which is demanding in its values, demanding in its teachings. You should be Zochar Abosai to continue in this path. You as parents, you as Talmidim, as graduates, you've done a great job so far. Keep it up. Keep on choosing. Not necessarily the easy way. Maybe it's the hardest way, not the easy way out. But keep on choosing the path which HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to choose, and that of being a Ben Torah. You should be Zochar to become big Talmid Hachamim, Gedolei Hador, people that look up to you for your values, for your hashkafa, for your perspective, for your commitment to become an Eved Hashem, to emulate HaKadosh Baruch Hu's path. Mazel tov, and thank you.
This year, our graduating class had the zechus to be part of an amazing initiative. Our assignment was to write about a particular value in Yiddishkeit that brings each and every one of us closer to Hashem. Throughout our years in RMS, the yeshiva has guided us and showed us the pathway that will lead us to become B'nai Torah. The yeshiva has provided us with an environment that has helped us become more mature, well-balanced, and ultimately ready for our next stage in life. It is those midos and values in Yiddishkeit that have helped us along the way. On behalf of the whole grade, I would like to thank Roar Middle School and all its devoted and dedicated staff who have guided us to grow and become B'nai Torah. Now, it is my honor and great privilege to begin our multimedia presentation, where you will hear from each graduating student as he comes up to the podium and he shares the midah that he chose. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Roar Middle School graduating class of Tufshin Pei Beis.
Life is a mountain we must climb. We don't have forever, just the time He gives us. Get to the top if you can. This is the challenge of man. Yes, you might fall and tumble down. Sometimes that happens when you dare. Knowing you, my child, you'll pick yourself up, start again from there. Keep climbing, don't let nothing stand in your way. Keep believing, pay no attention to what they say. Up is where you wanna go. It's dark and lonely down below. Keep fighting. This is one fight you won't regret. Keep believing. You've got what it takes. Now don't forget.
That I value is respect. I chose this midah because it is something that is hard for me, and I would like to improve in this area. It is important to respect people, no matter their opinions, even if they differ from your own. My own. If I can grow in this area of respect, I know it will make me a better person.
What they say, up is where you wanna go.
In 2021, I came into the 8th grade with the mindset to just get through the school year. Slowly, I realized that I needed to focus on more important things, such as my chesed. I really enjoy helping people out and making people happy. To do that, I would need to see what people require to help them with their daily life. And I truly believe that if I work on my chesed, I can reach great heights and become an inspired Ben Torah.
One step at a time.
inspires me to grow closer to Hashem is gratefulness. The reason for this is because it helps me realize and appreciate that everything comes from Him and is for our best. Like it says in Pirkei Avot, Ezehu Ashir HaMesameach Bechelko, which means, who is rich? The one that's happy with what he has. The only way to be happy with what you have is if you are grateful for it. On this note, I want to take the opportunity to thank my parents, teachers, and all amazing rabbeim and staff of the school that helped me follow my path to become a Talmid Chacham and a Ben Torah.
Ever since I joined the Roar Middle School, I realized that I needed improvement in kindness. It's been 3 years now and I feel like a whole new person. An example of kindness can be either giving tzedakah or helping elders in any way. Over the next few years, I plan on improving and hope to become an inspired Ben Torah.
That I'd like to work on is the midah of chesed, because I get to help out other people and it is so essential for my future. It also includes the fact that I get to look out for other people, and this will really help me become a better person.
Be proud of how far you've come. You said it couldn't be done.
Being thankful is an amazing virtue to have. To appreciate what you have is what separates the greedy and jealous from the happy and satisfied. If you don't appreciate what you have, you will never be happy. Rather, you will always want more. You should be satisfied and not look what you don't have, but what you do have, in order to appreciate what Hashem does for you in this world. Thank you, Hashem, for giving me an amazing family, school, and friends.
Don't let nothing stand in your way.
A trait that is important to me is a leiv tov, which means a good heart. This trait is the ability to see things in a good light. You can't have any other trait without this one. For an example, if I want to be kind, I need to see that everybody else is kind to me. I want to thank my parents who taught me the value of this trait, because once I master this trait, I will improve myself to become a better person.
The trait that I've chosen to improve is judging favorably. The reason I've chosen this trait is because it's one of the hardest to improve. When someone is running and hits you, and all your papers go flying, and the person runs off, it's human nature to scream, "Hey, what's wrong with you? You should put yourself in his shoes. Maybe he's late for an appointment, or maybe he's running for an emergency." You must always look at someone with a good eye, and when you do that, Hashem's going to do the same for you. Thank you.
A very important trait to me is kindness. Everybody wants to be treated well, so I believe that we should all treat each other as such. A way to do this is to really think about what you can do to help others, and when you do, they'll help others, and so forth. I thank my mom, my dad, my brothers, and my sisters for helping me grow in my kindness, and I will continue to do so.
Don't let nothing stand in your way.
Pirkei Avot, it mentions to never judge your friend until you put yourself in his position. So I decided that today I will talk about Dan Lekaf Zechut. Towards the end of the year, Rabbi Moskowitz really focused on teaching us this wonderful midah, and that inspired me tremendously. I B'ezrat Hashem will improve on this midah by always having compassion towards Klal Yisrael and not to judge others unfairly.
Kindness is a midah that I value a lot. Throughout these next few years in high school, I want to keep improving on this midah, because when you meet someone who you have never seen before, kindness plays a big role in how you see that person from then on. If your friend is just randomly not kind to you, you won't be so happy about that. I want to take the time to thank my parents for always teaching me to be kind to one another, and I wish to continue on the path of my rabbis and be a model Ben Torah.
Be proud of how far you've come.
If I had to choose one midah to value more as I go into high school, I would value the midah of putting hard work into learning. The reason is because when a person puts hard work into learning, they get an amazing amount of schar and develop a close relationship to Hashem. Additionally, through this added motivation in my ruchnius, I will feel more accomplished being that I know I put in the solid effort.
In my 11 years of being in the school, I've come to realize that judging people favorably is a very important trait. For example, when a friend of mine is mean to me for whatever reason, I try not to get mad at them. Instead, I try to think of why would they would act this way. What is something at home to make them mad? I would like to take the time to thank my parents for inspiring me to work on this trait.
Something that I would like to work on in the upcoming years is respect. Respect is so important because when you're respectful to someone, they take you seriously and respect you also. Listening to people is a great way of showing respect. When you listen to people's opinions and ideas, people would like talking to you more, and ultimately makes you a more respectful person. I'd like to thank Hashem, my family, and everyone who helped me get here.
The midah that I truly value is the midah of Hakaras HaTov. It can teach me how to be a better Eved Hashem. By having Hakaras HaTov, I can realize all the other people help me with, and through this, I'll be able to recognize all the wonderful things that Hashem does for me. Hakaras HaTov can make me come closer to Hashem by having appreciation for everything in my life. This is why I truly value the midah of Hakaras HaTov.
Give it all you got, my child. You don't want to lose all that you have gained.
I consider kindness to be a very good midah that I would like to apply to myself. If I see someone in need of something, I could try to help them out. The reason why I pick kindness to be my midah that I want to improve in is because when one does a kindness for someone, he'll appreciate what the person is doing for him and thank him. And Hashem will do a kindness back for that person. I would like to thank my parents for teaching me to always be kind and everything else.
One midah that I want to improve on is my acts of kindness. I chose this midah because acts of kindness not only make a person feel better, but also make yourself better. Often this leads to the recipient wanting to do a kind act and for you to do more. Ultimately, by doing acts of kindness, it leads to a more positive community. What I am doing to achieve this is anytime someone needs help or something from me that I could give them, I will do it. In addition, knowing someone needs help yet may not ask, I will help in a discreet way.
Remember that surrender is the road to nowhere.
I value the midah of trust tremendously because it shows me that Hashem controls everything. This brings me closer to Hashem by letting me have the mentality that everything that happens to me is for the good and is a gift from Hashem. Even if something happens to me that I might perceive as harmful, it is actually for my benefit. When I have bitachon in Hashem, nothing can stop me. Every challenge that comes my way, I try to face with the mentality that the only reason that I am challenged with it is because Hashem believes in me and has bitachon in me that I could overcome and solve it. This thought gives me a tremendous boost and helps me in all aspects of life to overcome challenges.
Pay no attention to what they say. Up is the way you want to go.
The midah that I think the midah that I think is the most important is the midah of Avos Yisrael. Rabbi Akiva says that Avos Yisrael is the basis of the entire Torah. Also, there are many other good traits that are included in Avos Yisrael. For example, kindness or respecting another person. As I move on my life, I will try to work on this midah, which will help me become a better person.
If there was one midah that I want to take with me into high school, it had to be the midah ben adam l'chavero. I chose this midah ben adam l'chavero because the way you treat a person is the way that person will treat you in return. I feel like I can work on this midah to be more sensitive and around other people. Through this growth, I'll develop real and meaningful relationships throughout my life.
One midah I would like to improve is increasing my respect for others. This means accepting others for who they are. Mrs. J is someone who demonstrates this quality of respecting others. She treats each person as an individual and makes them feel special. One way I can become more respectful is by improving my listening skills. This requires a lot of patience, but it's worth it. When I listen to the full story, I can understand and know what someone's going through. By listening carefully, I can show others I value their opinion and truly respect them.
I value the midah of not getting angry. When someone says something they don't like, or when something happens that you don't want to happen, getting angry isn't the solution. When you don't get angry, it lets you make a decision with your mind instead of one based on anger. By not getting angry, it's a lot better for you and will ultimately bring you closer to Hashem.
This is one fight you won't regret.
A midah that I find very valuable is having trust. Trust allows you to navigate conflict. When you trust someone, you are more willing to overlook problems or commit to finding solutions to issues because you feel associated in areas that means the most to you. Even if someone does something disappointing, you are more likely to give them the benefit of the doubt and see the good in them if you trust them. In the end, the most reliable one to trust is Hashem. Whenever you're feeling down or upset, you can just dive into Him and know that He will always be by your side.
The midah of zerizut is a very important midah. The word zerizut literally means quickness or agility, but the midah of zerizut is jumping to do a mitzvah or doing a mitzvah right away. One time, my senior rabbi, Rabbi Maimon, who was napping in a chair in my kehillah after teaching all day on Shabbat, and my father sent some of the men to wake him up. So when they went upstairs, they touched him and he jumped up. And he got so scared that he jumped out of this chair at 96 years old. He saw that they were worried. He said, "What's wrong? You guys have to jump to a mitzvah, jump up to do a mitzvah to honor Hashem."
Throughout the year, I've learned many important middos, but the most important middah to me is honesty. When I'm tempted to cheat or to be dishonest, I'm able to stop myself because I've seen my incredible rabbeim and teachers acting so honest. Then I see how every great leader is honest because that's what's necessary to gain the trust, respect, and support of others. Knowing this, and with the help of my family and my school, I'm inspired to work to be a great and honest Ben Jorah.
Make sure you take one step at a time. Remember that's
All the middos, I think one of the most important and valuable ones is knowing everything's for your own good. With this midah, you're able to grow and come closer to Hashem every second. It helps you in a lot of circumstances. For example, if something happens to you that you may not like, you'll immediately realize it's for good from Hashem and you won't get as upset. I believe everyone, myself included, can work on this trait and become closer to Hashem. I'd like to thank Hashem, my family, and every person who helped me reach where I am right now. Thank you.
There's a lot of middos that I personally value. One of the most valuable ones is knowing that everything is min hashemayim. When I'm able to realize that everything is min hashemayim, it helps me come closer to Hashem. Because even if something happens that I don't particularly like, I realize that it's min hashemayim and it's for my benefit, ultimately helping me keep a good relationship with Hashem.
This is one fight you won't regret.
as you sleep upon the pillow, innocence as soft as willow, and I can see your smile in my mind. Sleep tight, precious child, tomorrow's not yet here. Feel the love I have for you so deep within my soul. May God protect you and guide you with His light, and keep your sweet sensitivity throughout the darkest night. As I sit upon your bed, caress your sleeping head, and hold your tiny hand within my own, hoping you'll forgive me, that you'll understand all the times I wasn't there to hold your little hand. Sleep tight, precious child, tomorrow's not yet here. Feel the love I have for you so deep within my soul. May God protect you and guide you with His light, and keep your sweet sensitivity throughout the darkest night. One day you will choose the path you wish to follow. I hope you'll keep these words in your mind. Truth is the only guiding light. Sometimes it seems so out of sight. Don't give up, just hold on tight, and God will always be with you throughout the darkest night. Sleep tight, precious child, tomorrow's not yet here. Feel the love I have for you so deep within my soul. May God protect you and guide you with His light, and keep your sweet sensitivity throughout the darkest night. Throughout the darkest night.
One midah that I value is the midah of chesed. I truly enjoy helping others, and I get satisfaction when the job is done and the recipient of my chesed is happy. Everything that Hashem does for us is chesed. When we do chesed, we are emulating the ways of Hashem. Throughout my years in middle school, my rebbeim acknowledged my desire to grow in chesed and gave me many opportunities to shine in this area.
There's more to climb.
Now that we're entering the next chapter in life, one midah I would like to work on is treating people with more respect. Respecting people regardless of their opinions will help me grow and become more understanding towards others. Strengthening one midah will ultimately strengthen all.
Don't let nothing stand in your way.
The midah that I wanted to improve on this year was MS. I felt that I had a lack of MS throughout the years and really wanted to improve on my overall honesty. I tried my best to admit to all the things that I have done because I knew that it was the right thing to do. I had an amazing 3 years in Roar, and I'm truly excited to move on to the next chapter of my life.
As I grow older in both physical and spiritual ways, I realize how important the natural essence of time is. And as I head into high school, I realize how many distracting challenges I will face that don't deserve the importance of my time. Thanks to all of my Rebbeim teachers, I learned how important time is and how not to waste his precious times on things that may be enticing and distracting. However, I will use this time on striving at Torah and mitzvot so that I will reach my fullest potential.
Be proud of how far you've come.
The midah that I value the most is the midah of patience. I value this midah because it can and will help you get through anything. For example, to become a gadol, you can't do it overnight. It requires blood, sweat, and tears. It requires time, and time requires patience. Everything good needs patience because that's just the way the world works.
Hello everyone, I want to share with you the secret to my success in Roar Middle School. In 6th and 7th grade, I struggled a lot and couldn't find what could help me, so I kind of gave up on getting good grades. But as soon as I started 8th grade, I worked very hard to be able to get into high school. I want to continue to work hard for the rest of my life. Working hard is the only way to succeed in life.
A midah that I value is perseverance. It is very important to persist in reaching your goals no matter what challenges you face. Throughout life, there will be challenges that will be tough to overcome, but if you are determined, you will eventually succeed. To develop a closer relationship to Hashem, you need to put in the effort. A person may question why God did something to them, and if they don't learn more, question more, and continue to seek answers, they might stop believing in Him. That's why perseverance is so important. Anything you want to improve at in life, whether it's learning Gemara or playing sports, can only be done through perseverance. If you stop trying after you fail, you will always have to stay where you are. Keep trying and you have the ability to succeed.
Something that has stuck with me while learning here was respect. For 2 years, I've been struggling in this area, but this year, I decided something had to change. I worked on myself and I built incredible relationships with my Rebbeim teachers. So, Bezat Hashem, in the future, I'll continue on the path my Rebbeim led me on and let it be my wings to a successful career.
The midah that I have chosen to work on is Dan Lekaf Zchus. It's always been hard for me to work on this mitzvah because it means I have to dig deep into everything that happens and think of the good even when it's obviously bad. However, when you can do that and see the best in people, you can become better yourself, and I truly believe that it puts you on the right path to the ultimate goal of Mashiach.
The midah that I value most is consistency. Every day, Rebbeim teachers go to school with one objective: to ignite the greatness in every student. Whether it's raining or they're tired, or even if they're not feeling well, they all go to school and teach us to the best of their abilities. Likewise with my parents, they're consistently being there for me and helping me achieve things that I wouldn't have thought possible. I would like to thank my teachers, parents, and the cleaning crew that make events like these possible. Thank you.
Breathe out, there's more to climb. To give up now would be.
During the school year, I've learned many important lessons, but there's one thing I really want to grow in, and that is living in the moment. Oftentimes, people are just trying to survive through life and not value every moment. Recently, I realized that my time at Roar is almost over. So instead of surviving, I started living. I started to value every second of Torah and Tefillah and the mitzvahs I could accomplish. I plan to take this important mitzvah with me through high school and the rest of my life.
Pay no attention to what they say. Up is the way you want to.
What? Good. One meter that I value and appreciate is self-control. Self-control is a character trait that can help you tremendously throughout your life, whether in school or later on when you will get a job. There are so many situations that will come to you, and this meter will help you make the right decision. Furthermore, self-control can help you grow closer to Hashem. It can help you concentrate for longer while learning and davening. This is a trait I hope to grow in and that will help me throughout my entire life.
Where your soul will find your soul.
Good morning. Today I would like to talk about a person with a fixed mindset and a person with a growth mindset. A person with a fixed mindset believes his limited abilities prevent him from achieving greatness, while a person with a growth mindset believes his abilities have no boundaries. The midah of a growth mindset is so important in life because when a person does achieve this, he is unstoppable. You know, the very first time that I learned that a human can do anything he puts his mind to, I wanted to fly. Then my mother said, "Get some sleep, you're graduating in the morning." Go Dolphins.
Climbing, don't let nothing stand.
One of the mitos I value the most is determination. With determination, whatever you put your mind to, you'll accomplish. Determination is a mita people need to get work done, even if they think it's very difficult. Without determination, projects which seem impossible would and will never be completed. I'm determined to do good and be successful with all my endeavors throughout life.
The character trait that I value most is leadership. Throughout my years in RMS, I've learned that leadership means not only to do what's right, but to be a role model while doing so. Leadership is the glue that holds society together and has played a major role in Jewish history. Although Avram Avinu was surrounded by idol worship and Averos, he was able to separate himself from his surroundings and become the leader and founding father of Judaism. As I go into high school, I will strive to continue to do what's right and encourage my friends to follow. Thank you.
The midah that I think is the most valuable is being thankful. The midah of being thankful helps me come closer to Hashem because when you are thankful, you realize that everything comes from Hashem and all the good Hashem does for us. Also, this midah helps me not only love Hashem but get closer to Hashem. Speaking of being thankful, I want to thank all my Rebbeim teachers and parents.
Self-discipline and hard work is one of the most essential qualities in life. When it comes to doing a task, the natural human tendency is to get distracted and procrastinate. As I advance into high school, I believe it is important for me to turn my focus towards growing in my self-discipline and my ability to work hard without procrastination. Through this growth, I believe that I can achieve greatness and become a proper Torah-loving Jew.
Being kind is something we should all strive to do. It could be opening the door for someone, giving someone a compliment, or giving tzedakah. Not only does kindness affect the other person, it affects you as well. When I do these things, I feel good inside because I know I'm inspiring others to become kinder themselves. Being kind is the best thing you can do for someone else and yourself. We should all try our best to be kind.
Make sure you take
The midah that I value is the midah of being on time. being on time can help you to be on time to school, learning, davening, and many more things. I think it could help me grow in many ways. And I've learned from experience that the more on time that you are, the more free time to yourself that you have. And the more time to yourself that you have, the more time you can learn and not be stressed about going wherever you need to be.
The midah I would like to grow in is being Dana Chaskas. The reason why is because not only is not being Dana Chaskas bad, but it also usually leads to Lashon Hara. So I plan out to work on this by judging people more favorably, which will lead to me having a better relationship with them, which will ultimately lead to me having a better relationship with Hashem.
The midah I want to focus on is emunah. When someone, anyone, truly believes in Hashem, it gives them the willpower and ability to keep all the mitzvos and live life to the fullest. When you have emunah in Hashem, it brings you closer to Him, both by doing mitzvos and by simply believing. As I enter high school, I know that emunah will be what gets me through all the times, both the good and the bad.
Wow, this is a lot of people. Over my years in the Royal Middle School, I've developed a thinking mind that strives to ignite the greatness within me. One of the middos that is essential to spiritual accomplishment and growth is the middah of having a sensitivity to others. This middah recognizes that everyone on the planet is created in the image of Hashem and should be treated with utmost respect no matter what backgrounds or values he pursues. When I move on to high school, I plan to take this middah with me and improve and perfect it. I would like to thank everyone in the Royal Middle School, especially Rabbi Palgon, for inspiring the greatness to come to fruition. And Mom, you're looking great.
One of the middos that I value is being happy. There are multiple Chachamim who have said that when a person is happy himself, Hashem dwells in or within. Not only does being happy affect you, but it will put smile on others' faces and make them happy. Therefore, if you're always happy, it will make other people happy, which is a mitzvah for them. So if you're always happy, it helps you come closer to Hashem, because Hashem will be with you in all your endeavors.
The midah I chose was kindness. I chose kindness for many reasons, but the main reason is because if you're kind to others, it will spread and eventually come back to you. Another reason why I chose kindness was because by being kind to others, you can create a huge kiddush Hashem, which is a great mitzvah from the Torah. Being kind can be so easy, so impactful, and can bring you closer to Hashem. These are some of the reasons why I chose kindness as my midah.
In order for a person to grow closer to Hashem, he must work on the midah of humility. If a person is lacking humility, then he won't have a karasatov to Hashem for all the things that he has. This is because if he does not have humility, he will think that everything he accomplishes is only achieved through his hard work. This idea will blind him from being able to recognize that everything is thanks to Hashem.
There's one trait that I've been working on over my middle school years, which is called respect. I've always seen this trait around school, and this has inspired me to work on this. To make it easier, I decided to hang around the respectful kids so I can learn from them and be a better person. Everyone around me has helped me to be a respectful Ben Torah that I need to be. Thank you to all the people who have helped me and inspired me to become who I am, a graduate of Roar Middle School.
Will standing still. But there is a way when there is a will. Touch the divine. Continue to climb. Keep climbing. Don't let nothing stand in your way. Oh, keep believing. Pay no attention to what they say. Up is where you wanna go.
Before I begin, I want to apologize. There were some glitches and some pictures didn't show. The very sophisticated computer does not sometimes freezes in temperatures over 100, so I apologize. To our dear graduates, it is so hard to put into words what we are feeling right now, our last moments together here at the Roar Middle School. And no, I did not mean to insinuate the status of the next few days. Your class had such an unusual experience at RMS. Your sixth grade year was interrupted soon after Purim by a mysterious virus. Your seventh grade year had you in masks and Zoom classes. And through it all, you certainly learned that challenges will always come our way, and ultimately, following the guidance of your parents, rebbeim, and teachers is really the only way to stay on the path of Torah. I want you all to know, as I stand here, just a few moments before you receive your diplomas, I am proud of each and every one of you. I know that you have each worked on listening, understanding, persevering, and digesting the teachings of your rebbeim. Our goal and objective at the Roar Middle School in Torah Semes was to first understand your ultimate potential and then tap into your own greatness to help you mold yourselves into chashuv, bona fide b'nei Torah. By now, you surely know that to become a ben Torah takes not only Torah knowledge, but vast amounts of maturity and focus. It means understanding the direction in which you should be going, and then doing what you need to do to make sure you're heading that way. A wealthy and successful lawyer visited his childhood friend, Rebbe Elchanan Wasserman Zatzal, the closest Talmud of the Chavetz Chaim. This man was bothered by the poverty and simple furnishings in Rebbe Elchanan's home. Boys, you do not want to miss this story. Just listen to this. He said to his friend, Elchanan, look at how plain and simple your home looks. You're even brighter than me. Had you become a lawyer or businessman, you'd be a wealthy man today, and you'd be able to furnish your home in top-of-the-line comfort. Rabbi Elchanan did not respond at all to that remark, and the two friends spent several hours together. And Rabbi Elchanan then accompanied his special visitor as he returned to the train station to go back home. At the station, two trains were waiting. One was a modern, comfortable new train, shining on the outside as the sun shone on the fresh metal. It had soft, plush seats, carpeting in all the aisles, and the most modern amenities. The other was an old, beat-up, rickety train, the outside stained with years of grease and dirt, one of the oldest trains still on the line, like the little engine that could. The friend began walking toward the old train. At that point, Rebbe Elchanan stopped him and asked, why would you travel on such an old and uncomfortable train? Go instead to the beautiful and luxurious one right over there. The man, bewildered, stared at Rebbe Elchanan and answered, well, because the new train is going east and I need to go west. Rebbe Elchanan then responded, yeah, but still, isn't it better to travel on a more comfortable train than an old rickety one? The friend was beside himself. Elchanan, you're speaking nonsense. What good is a comfortable train if it's not going to take me where I have to go? Softly, Rebbe Elchanan replied. Graduates, listen carefully to what he said. Listen to yourself. You obviously know that when you want to arrive at a specific destination, the comfort of the vehicle doesn't determine whether you get on. The direction of the train determines that. The main goal is to get where you have to go to where you have to be and to go in the right direction. You asked me earlier why I didn't focus on more comforts in life. That is not my ambition. What good would the comforts serve if I don't arrive where I want to be going? What a powerful message by Rabbi Chanan Wasserman. My dear graduates, yes, today we call you B'nai Torah. You can understand the true direction and deep responsibility of a Ben Torah. We are counting on you to always get on the right train and stay headed in the right direction. We're proud of you for the Torah you have learned, the tefillos you've davened, and the relationships you've forged with your rebbeim, teachers, and chaverim. We are proud of you for understanding the role you already play in your service to Hashem and Klal Yisrael. Finally, we are also proud of you for understanding the greatness you have already shown and the tremendous potential that you are all so bound to achieve. We are thrilled to present you this morning with our gift to you, the classic Musar Sefer, Mesilas Yesharim, Path of the Righteous, which can inspire you to elevate yourself even more in staying on the path of Torah and Hashem. Our fervent wish is that you continue to grow to become intelligent and inspired B'nai Torah. On behalf of our Rosh Yeshiva, Board of Directors, Rebbeim, faculty, and all staff, I'd like to wish each of you a happy and healthy life filled with all the blessings that Hashem has in store for those who study and show honor to Torah. You have indeed made us proud. Mazel tov on this morning's significant milestone.
Please forgive me for interrupting the festivities with a public service announcement. Any parents who might have parked on 11th Avenue, which is where the bus line is, the buses are currently lining up for the elementary school carpool. So please, if you did park on 11th Avenue, the car needs to be moved immediately. And we are about to move on to the next part of our graduation ceremony, which is the actual handing of the diplomas to the graduates. We are going to be going in alphabetical order. Parents, if you would like to walk down the aisle to get ready to have a picture of your son with Rabbi Palgan, we are going in order, so you can kind of get yourselves ready. With that, we are going to call upon our first graduate, Aryeh Leib Aronson. Eliyahu Baghdadi. Moshe Bengio. Yaakov Ben Lolo. Ephraim Bergida. David Bieberman. Josh Bieberman. Eviatar Cohn. Josh Cohn. Shy Cone. Shaul Dagmi. Ben Deutsch. Ari Ehrenreich. Moshe Feinstein. David Fried. Zevi Fried. Yaakov Fromm. Yehuda Leib Fuchs. David Gaisinski. Avi Getter. Joseph Getzel. Aaron Goldenberg. Gavriel Goldis. Sion Hadar. Yossi Hoffman. Ellie Hochman. David Ayofi. Aaron Yeager. Dove Youngrice. Gavriel Candidash. Toby Levy. Chaim Lichtman. Jonathan Mann. Ike Markovich. Yaakov Mendoza. Avram Palti. Ariel Pollock. Jacobo Rabinovitz. Benjamin Rubovsky. Ari Richmond. AJ Roth. Kobe Roth. David Saka. Jonathan Salzhauer. Yossi Schwartz. Chanoch Shafran. Shmuel Shane. Eli Sitban. Moshe Stillerman. Mikhail Taib. Donnie Weissman. Isaac Wiener. Yitzchak Zeig. Parents, at this time, we're going to ask if you can please clear the aisle. We would like to get our graduates ready to leave us as 8th graders onto their high school. We're going to need the middle of the aisle to be cleared. After the graduates leave the tent, there will be refreshments available in the small tent, along with the graduates' diplomas and gifts. On the same side the boys were sitting in this tent, you'll find their names. But again, parents, please clear the middle aisle. We would like to conclude our commencement exercise by having the graduates exit as they entered. Again, please clear the middle aisle. You're not going to want to miss this. Rabbi Alber.
אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני עלי, כי אל אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני עלי. עמך עמי, עמך עמי, עמך עמי, ואלוקייך אלוקייך. עמך עמי ואלוקייך ואלוקייך אלוקייך. כי אל אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני אל אשר תלכי, אל אשר תלכי אלך, ובאשר תליני עלי. עמך עמי, עמך עמי, עמך עמי, עמך עמי ואלוקייך ואלוקייך אלוקייך.
The graduating class of Roar Middle School, Tufshin Pei Bays, Mazel Tov parents, lots of nachas. Do not forget the refreshments. Do not forget the gifts on the sides of the tent. And thank you so much for joining us today.
עמך עמי ואלוקייך